What's up, YouTube? Welcome back for another college football pick'ems. This is gonna be week 5 already. How about that? So, yeah, we're week 5 already. We're here with Rhett again, our regional college football expert. And then,
hey guys.
and then just looking back on last week. Last week, your boy finished 7-3, and your regional college football expert finished 5-5. So,
Woo!
at least you made 500. So, because if you were below 500, that would have been not very good. But real quick, just looking back on the games from last week. First game, FSU Clemson. FSU was in another barn burner. Another close game. Clemson at home. Clemson, in reality, should have won that game. FSU kind of got lucky that they missed that 27-yard kick. Sorry, Rhett. So they got away. They survived again. The defense might be a concern there, and we'll see if Travis Patty will be fully healthy next week. So that's something to look at. Another kind of a disappointing showing from FSU. So we'll see. They dropped in the rankings to number 5. So there's FSU. Anything you want to add about that game?
Other than my blood pressure reaching record highs, no, nothing. You nailed it. Florida State, once again, I give credit to Clemson. I feel Cade Klubnik played very well. The run game was on fire. They just had a really good offensive scheme against us. Florida State found a way to survive. Sometimes you need a little luck to win games, and we were very lucky. So I'm grateful.
Yeah, and of course it's going to be a tough game. It's a conference game on the road. So for sure, Clemson is going to step up for that game. So next game, what was it? Oregon. No, it was Colorado at Oregon. That one was a beatdown, of course. I felt like Colorado was really feeling that Travis Hunter loss, even though he probably wouldn't have made that much of a difference anyways. Oregon was motivated. They were out here to play. They were out here to get revenge. They were heated. Apparently, Colorado players were talking trash, stepping on their logos, and of course, the Oregon coach. They're there. They're there to play for clicks, and Oregon's here to play for wins. So that was kind of hard.
Nice.
And Deion Sanders, man, what happened, man? They just showed that they're not ready for that level of competition yet. So I did see a shirt. Someone had a shirt in the stands, and it kind of went hard. It was like Deion Sanders said, like, they made it personal again, and then the shirt was like, "It's not personal, it's business." I was like, oh, that's so hard.
I saw that.
Yeah, that was kind of sick. Anything you want to add about that game?
No. Sorry about your Buffs. They are, in fact, not contenders.
No, the hype train crashed hard.
I did say that Colorado is going to get better as the season went on, but so far it's been the opposite. Every week they've steadily been declining, and then they ran off a cliff yesterday. All the credit to Oregon, though.
Yeah.
They look legit. In 2 weeks, they play Washington, so look forward to that.
Yeah, for sure. That's fair. But Bo Nix, he's on his revenge tour. Or should I say his revenge era. So, yeah, he's there.
Fair.
He's been balling.
Yep.
And
That's fair.
then last game of last week, it was it was Ohio State at Notre Dame. That was a heartbreaker, man. Jeez. There were so many.
You're telling me.
There were so many opportunities for Notre Dame to end the game. Dropped interceptions, and Ohio State made that questionable 4th down play where they decided to do a sweep. That was questionable.
A jet sweep.
Yeah, the jet sweep.
Yep.
So, yeah. Apparently, someone had to go piss off McCord and help him freaking ball out, dude. Bro,
I don't call 240 yards passing balling now, but if you want to classify it as that, go for it, man.
Well, on Notre Dame's defense, I guess kind of technically, they're kind of known for the defense, right?
Yeah, I will give credit to Ohio State. Their defense balled out. I wasn't expecting them to shut down Sam Hartman as well as they did.
Yeah.
Estime got his touches, but I think this is the first game of the season that he did not rush for over 100 yards.
Yeah, that too. So Notre Dame, they were out there to show that they can compete with the big dogs, and they sure competed, but again, they fell short against the big teams. Yeah, you kind of gotta blame them. On the last play, they only had 10 players, and they were missing a player on the side that Ohio State scored. So that would have been probably game changing if they had a player there. So. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm more upset about the last drive, them passing the ball 3 out of 5 plays.
Yeah. That last drive was killer, man. They had it on 4th and long multiple times. So it didn't ruin your playoff predictions, but
all right.
It definitely hurts.
Right. You know what? How about we just do an adjusted rankings where I have Georgia 1, FSU 2, Washington 3, Notre Dame 4. Come on. It can still happen.
It can still happen, yeah.
Especially with my prediction. With my prediction that Ohio State's going to have 2 losses. But Ohio State, my original prediction was Ohio State was going to lose to Notre Dame and lose to Penn State.
Okay.
Now, I need them to shit the bed against Michigan again to get 2 losses.
I think you need Michigan to get 2 losses, too.
Yeah. I had them, spoiler alert, I had the 3 top Big Ten teams cannibalizing themselves.
Okay.
Where Penn State beats Ohio State beats Michigan beats Penn State.
Okay.
That's kind of how I had it going. It's still up in the air because they don't play each other till November.
Yeah.
But and then I assume Penn State will shit the bed against some team because they tend to do that every year.
Yeah. So.
I'm not high on Michigan, but I will say Michigan, Texas, Penn State, Oregon, all the top teams so far proved why they're a top team.
Yeah.
They dominated this week. Georgia, they didn't sleepwalk against UAB. They scored 49 points, but they also gave up 21 points against a UAB team that is not nearly as good as they were last year or the year before that.
They have no competitive games.
So keep an eye out on Georgia. But keep an eye out on Georgia because I don't think they're as elite as we think they are or as people think they are.
Yeah.
But keep an eye out for Washington State. Their defense sucks, but their offense is explosive.
Yeah, they are explosive. Yeah, so I think Notre Dame's going to need a lot of those top teams to lose. So,
yeah.
They're going to need a lot of luck.
It's not looking good for Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I needed Notre Dame to go undefeated. I was banking on them going undefeated.
Oh.
That hurt, though.
All right. With all that said, that's it for the recap. So now we're going to get to the games. This is week 5. First game on the slate. Gators at Kentucky. So, woo!
There we go.
Yeah.
Come on.
So, okay. So, Gators are on the road. This is going to be a conference game, so I think it's going to be tough. But, Kentucky, they got Devin Leary, who transferred from NC State, right?
Correct.
So, and they haven't played anyone yet. So we're not sure about this team yet. Whereas the Gators, they kind of blew it against Utah. They took a bad loss, but they licked their wounds. And what they do, they come back. They win 3 straight, including a ranked Tennessee. So we know they're a solid team. They're at least good. Still got Graham Mertz. I think his name is Pierce, our wide receiver 1. He made an incredible catch, one-handed catch last week. It was amazing. So, give me the Gators here. I know they're underdogs here, but they're battle-tested, whereas we don't know where Kentucky is yet. So, I can't be confident in picking a Kentucky team to win over a Gators team who recently won over Tennessee. So, give me the Gators here.
I just have a question. How do you feel about Graham Mertz now?
Okay, so before the season, I know everyone was trashing on him.
Oh boy.
I was let's give him a fair shot. And then the Utah game happened.
Okay.
In the beginning, I was like, what is this? But then he started picking it up, and then from there on, I've been growing on him. So,
Like, okay.
so I don't think
He's been growing on you.
He's been growing on me.
Growing on you like a tumor. Like it.
Oh boy.
I will say, in the first video that we did, I had Graham Mertz. I claimed he was a good quarterback. And this was going to be his awakening. And I feel like I'm doing a decent job so far. Graham Mertz has proven to be a competent quarterback. He hasn't made too many mistakes other than the Utah game. I think it's safe to say.
Yeah.
This game, it's going to be a tricky one. The Kentucky Wildcats usually have a good defensive line. The Florida Gators, all they want to do is run the ball right now. What it seems like Graham Mertz is he's performing well in the play action scheme that the Gators have been showing.
Yeah.
I've got the Gators, but I don't know what to expect from Kentucky. I'm worried that Kentucky's really good, and they just haven't played anyone. This game will prove it. I got the Gators, though.
Yeah, so you can kind of say that Kentucky has that, like, element of surprise, because I'm sure they haven't revealed much to those, like, first 4 games, as they didn't play anyone. But, yeah, like you said, Gators are going to rely on the rushing game. Of course, the concern for the Gators right now is that O-line. And like you said, Kentucky usually has a solid defensive line. So that's something to keep an eye out for. So I'm going to stick with the Gators here. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. Definitely tune into this one. I think of all the 12 o'clock games, this is the one to watch. And I don't think it's going to disappoint. Usually this game is high scoring the last few years it's been, I believe.
Yeah.
But, yeah, give me the Gators.
Go Gators. All right, moving on. We got
Chomp.
We got Clemson at Syracuse. So, my view on this game is Clemson is going to be out for revenge. They took a loss to FSU in a game they arguably should have won, and now they're at 2 losses, which kind of kicks them out of, like, playoff contention with all the good teams up there.
For sure.
So their playoff hopes are pretty much almost dead, but I
think they're 0. But keep going.
Yeah. So they're gonna come out angry. They're gonna be motivated to play. Klubnik, I think he's gonna play good. Shipley, he impressed me last game, and I feel like he's an underrated player, and he might be a pretty good NFL prospect when it comes to draft time, but we're not there yet. So I think Clemson can win here. Big. Syracuse, they haven't played anyone of note, I guess, besides Purdue, but are they really of note? Not really. So give me Clemson. They kept it close against a pretty good FSU team and a pretty good Duke team. So, well, they didn't keep it close. Did they against Duke? Not really. So, give me Clemson here to win this game.
Nice. Syracuse, it's weird. They sometimes compete with Clemson and then other times get blown out. Is this going to be a year they compete and lose? Or is it going to be a year they barely edge out a win? Or are they going to get destroyed?
Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting. It's in the Dome. I love the Dome that Syracuse plays in. It's very interesting for a college atmosphere. It's going to be loud because it's a Dome. It's going to be packed. This is Syracuse's biggest game of the season so far. They're undefeated. They're trying to keep this train going. If Clemson shows up how they showed up against FSU, this will not be close.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that motivation is going to be low because they are knocked out of the playoffs. I don't see them coming back. The only way they'd even get considered as a playoff team is if they rout every team from now on and then beat Florida State or Duke in the ACC championship game or whoever they play. You got North Carolina there too.
Yeah.
But mathematically, I think they're done. So it's either going to motivate them to finish the year strong and who cares about the result? Let's get a New Year's Six Bowl. Or they're going to be deflated and come out deflated, and Schrader's going to tear them a new one. I'm going to go with the former and say Clemson's going to win this game away from home I want to say it's New York, not New Jersey. Syracuse?
Yeah, I think it's in New York.
Give me Clemson.
Oh, yeah.
Give me Clemson by 2 touchdowns.
I see what you're saying there, but I still think they're going to come out angry. I don't think just having 2 losses is going to keep them from being competitive in games. But, yeah, I mean, we'll definitely see. I definitely get what you're trying to say, though. So, yeah, so we both got Clemson. So we both got we're both on the same page for the first 2 games. Moving on, we got Texas A&M at Arkansas. Now this one should be an interesting matchup as Arkansas is a pretty solid team. Unranked, of course. Yeah. They kept it within 3 points against LSU and lost to a pretty underrated BYU team, who I think is... No, they lost to Kansas last week, so they're not undefeated. So, yeah, so they lost to LSU. I think LSU is a really good team, so I think that shows where they're at within the conference play. And they're going to go up against a really good Texas A&M team. They had some hype coming into the season. They have a pretty good quarterback in, I forgot how you said it last time. I'm just going to call him Wingman. So we got a good quarterback in Wingman.
That's nice.
I liked how he played against Miami, so I think he's definitely got some talent there. So
can I stop you right there?
Go for it.
Wegman's out 2 to 4 weeks.
No. Really?
He hurt his ankle last week. Yeah.
I should have done more research. What am I talking? Oh boy. Are you sure?
Yes, I'm positive.
No, not Wegman.
I'm positive.
Oh.
I say that because I originally had Aggies and then I switched my pick.
Dang, if he's out, I'm still surprised that they're 17-point favorites. That's crazy. So let's see here. Injury status. Let's see here. Introduce weekly pre. You want to go ahead and break down the game?
Yeah, I can break down the game.
Yeah, go for it. Come back to me. They cut me off guard.
Arkansas has been underrated for a while. I love KJ Jefferson. He's grown extremely well as a quarterback. I mean, originally in his few years of starting, he was more of a running back that happened to throw the ball every now and then. Now he's turned into a legitimate dual threat quarterback. We saw that against LSU last week. BYU, they lost the game. It was very close. They honestly just made more mistakes defensively than BYU did. They're coming off a 2-game losing streak. Texas A&M just beat who did Texas A&M just beat?
Auburn.
I don't know if Auburn's as good as people want to claim they are.
Nah.
I think they're still rebuilding. They got destroyed against the Hurricanes. At least Arkansas has kept their 2 losses competitive. With Wegman out, I have to go with Arkansas here. I don't know who their backup quarterback is with Aggies. It might be Max Johnson, former LSU quarterback.
It's gonna be.
He has a couple starts.
It's gonna be. I think it's Max Johnson.
Yeah, Max Johnson. He's a former LSU starter back in 2019 or 2018 before Joe Burrow stepped in, I believe, or maybe it was the year after Joe Burrow. Can't remember.
Okay.
But he started a couple games for LSU, made so many mistakes, and then transferred to Texas A&M. Started majority of the season last year, I want to say, at Texas A&M. I don't know what to say about Max Johnson. I'm just going to go with the safe option, which would be Arkansas if Wegman's out, and he is. Give me Arkansas, probably an ugly game. I don't know, the weather might be bad. It's Arkansas in the fall. Who knows? But give me the Razorbacks.
So this game is going to be at AT&T Stadium. So it's going to be where the Cowboys play. 76 degree weather, should be sunny.
Oh, crap. Okay.
So,
I didn't realize. I didn't realize this is a neutral site game. Okay. That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's always it might always be a neutral site game.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, with this groundbreaking news that I just found out now,
You're welcome.
Thanks. I don't know. I'm gonna talk my way out through this. So Texas A&M has a good team. Arkansas. I like their quarterback, KJ Jefferson. He's a good college quarterback. You know, he can run, he can pass. I'm not too familiar with the Texas A&M quarterback, but if he's experienced, right?
Yep.
All right. So if he's experienced, give me Arkansas. I'm gonna take Arkansas here. Then I'm gonna hop with you. Yeah, I'm just gonna trust KJ Jefferson. They kept it close against LSU. I'm sure they'll be able to at least keep it close with Texas A&M with a backup quarterback. So, yeah.
That's what I'm banking on.
Yeah.
I'm banking them keeping it close and then not making mistakes when it matters most. And just a quick update. This game has been neutral site since 2009.
Okay.
So it's always in Dallas.
All right. Makes sense. So, yeah, the key here is just the trenches. Arkansas is going to have to win the trenches against a tough Texas A&M defense. So, yeah, Arkansas. Moving on. We got South Bama Jaguars versus James Madison.
The Dukes.
The Dukes. Now, I'm not the most familiar with these two teams, but I know South Alabama, they got a program, and but James Madison, they're looking pretty good this year. So, just looking at their strength of schedule, South Alabama lost to a tough Tulane team, and they also lost to Central Michigan. That's kind of random. And then if you look at James Madison, last year they absolutely destroyed Coastal Carolina. This year they beat Virginia, Utah State. And I'm actually leaning towards James Madison. I think they got something special going there. I like what the team is doing there. South Alabama has, I don't want to say they've been disappointing, but they haven't been meeting expectations. So with that, James Madison has been exceeding expectations. Give me James Madison here.
James Madison's first year in FBS was last year. They were in the Sun Belt Conference as well. I want to say they lost the conference championship game against Troy, but when it's your first year in FBS, you're exempt from going to a bowl game.
Okay.
That's a rough end to their season, as they obviously made their debut and ran away with the competition. James Madison has been a phenomenal FCS school for, I want to say, 10 years now. They finally made the jump to FBS, and they picked up right where they left off in FCS. They're doing well. They're routing teams. They beat Virginia, who is a Power 5 school, which they're going through a lot right now, the Virginia program. But it doesn't take away from that win. It's still Power 5. Still, the recruits are much better than the James Madison recruits going in there. I picked South Alabama to win their bowl game, and they got destroyed. And I picked South Alabama to beat Tulane, and they got destroyed.
You riding the train still?
I'm going to pick James Madison, but if South Alabama wins this game, I'm just going to chalk it up as I should never make an opinion about the South Alabama Jaguars ever again. Give me James Madison, please. Dukes, pull this off.
All right. So wait, what? So you have South Bama?
No, I have James Madison.
Okay, gotcha. Well, you're probably going to have a horrible read on South Bama. They're going to win this game. All right.
I swear. That's what I'm saying. If they win this game, I'm just not going to make an opinion on South Alabama anymore, because clearly I don't know shit.
Yeah, if they lose the game, I'll be surprised if they make it onto the ESPN college pick'ems anymore.
Let's hope they lose that.
All right, moving on. We got your alma mater. Look at that. South Florida versus Navy. Now, Navy had a tough competition first 3 games. Not really the second one, but they lost to Notre Dame the first game at week 0, and then they lost to Memphis. Kept it close with Memphis, so they're a pretty competitive team. Of course, they're going to run the ball, and teams might be surprised with how much they're going to start passing now. So I think they're going to start incorporating the play action. The coach said they're going to start incorporating some more passing, but we'll see what goes on there. Whereas South Florida, they had a close first half against Bama, and then Bama started running away with it, and then they actually won against Rice. So that's pretty good. Dominated Rice against JT Daniels. So I would say that's
dominated.
Dominated. But they also got dominated by Western Kentucky. So
they left no crumbs against Rice. Absolutely. Nom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they ate that rice. So
ate them shit for dinner.
Yeah. So just looking at where the game's gonna be played, it's gonna be played in looks like Maryland, and it looks it's gonna be raining and 73-degree weather. So we can expect a lot of running to be occurring here.
Okay.
And then if you look here, at South Florida, they only allowed or averaged a allowed rushing guard of 88 yards per game, which is pretty good.
Damn straight.
Especially against a team that likes to run. So
dominant.
With that, I'm going to trust the South Florida run defense here and pick them to win this game. But Navy could come out here and surprise us with the pass, but I doubt it, especially with the weather and their scheme from past years. So give me South Florida.
I want to make this very clear. I am an alumni of the USF Bulls, University of South Florida.
Bulls.
Greatest business school in the state of Florida.
Bulls.
It is a fact.
Bulls.
Look it up.
Bulls.
I will. If the season ends right now, we're in the AAC championship game.
Bulls.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Well, you should start paying attention to the USF Bulls. We're going to show exactly why we're making it to the AAC championship game this year. Give me the Bulls by 1,000, and they are going to tear Navy's ass up.
You got a good squad this year?
Oh, elite squad. You saw what we did against Bama. They
yeah, put up 3 points.
They walked away. They walked away. What do we call it? Very scathed. Not unscathed. Very scathed. Bama was lucky to win that game. Honestly, we put up an elite performance. We shut them down, but they shut us down harder. That's to be expected. They are Bama.
Yeah.
Give me the Bulls to beat Navy in the rain, playing their own game.
Yeah. Bama was lucky USF ran out of time to come back, so there you go.
Honestly, Bama's lucky. Bama's lucky I'm not in college, because I could have locked up Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Oh. There you go again. Making enemies with the football players. Look how that turned out last time. So
you're lucky that I constrained my talents to academics only, okay? Because if I put in as much effort as I did in my academics to football, I'd be playing at Bama right now, making moves.
Yeah, all 5'6" of you. All right, moving on. We got.
All right, Jesus.
We got Boise State at Memphis.
Yeah, cool.
All right, Boise State at Memphis. We got a disappointing Boise State team this year. They haven't been playing like they have in years past, and you got the Memphis. We got Memphis program here. They've been the program. They've been pretty solid, They lost to Missouri. They lost by So they lost by 7 Missouri. Whereas the Broncos, they lost to a pretty good Washington team and an outstanding UCF team, right?
Charge on.
So with this team, I don't know. I haven't been too impressed with the Broncos. Whereas the Tigers have been playing pretty good football. So I'm actually going to trust the Tigers here. Give me the Tigers.
Give me the Bayou Bengals.
Go Tigers.
This is, I believe, the first game we're going separate. I got Boise State. Give me the Broncos. I just like their colors better.
Really? But they're not playing on the blue field.
I don't care. I like their colors. Give me Boise State and the Broncos showing up to Memphis in Tennessee. Weather will be phenomenal. Boise State is going to bring that Idaho strength, that farmer strength. They're going to go out there and whip some ass. Give me Boise State.
Bro, they have the same primary color besides the orange.
So, I like Boise's colors better.
Oh,
That's end of story. I'm not debating this with you.
So you like the Gators colors too then, huh?
Let's move on.
Gotcha. All right. Moving on. We got LSU.
Yes, please move on.
Ole Miss. Now, Ole Miss, Jackson Dart's been playing pretty good. Pretty incredible ball so far in this season. They were pretty competitive against Bama for about, the first half, and then Bama started taking it away. And then you got LSU, who slipped up against FSU, but ever since has been picking it up, winning games. And,
slipped up?
They slipped up against FSU, man.
Slipped up?
They slipped up.
Jesus.
They had their chance.
That's a new word.
But,
I would have said dominated, obliterated
by
LSU.
They got obliterated by LSU.
Thank you.
And ever since, they've been obliterating other teams besides Arkansas. Arkansas came close. So let's see here. Jaden Daniels, he's been playing pretty good.
Yep.
I like this LSU team. This should be a good team. Jackson Dart, Ole Miss has a good offense. I'm not too sure about that defense. That defense allowed a somewhat struggling Bama offense to score a ton of points on them. So give me the LSU Tigers here and Jaden Daniels here to put up the points on Ole Miss's defense.
Give me the Bayou Bengals to continue to strengthen FSU's win against them. Bayou Bengals
The Bagels.
by 30 by 35.
By 35.
Ole Miss pissed me off after last week. They were supposed to end Bama's era of dominance.
You're just a hater,
man. They didn't. They choked. You said Jackson Dart's been playing well. No, he freaking sucks. All right. He played like shit yesterday, or 2 days ago, or 3 days ago. I don't care when it was. He played like ass. Give me the Bayou Bengals. Next.
All right, next. We got the Trojans. Protect yourself.
Ooh.
At Georgia State. Now, I don't know if it's at.
Protect yourself at all times.
Protect yourself at all times. But they're going to be versing Georgia State Panthers. All right. So, the Panthers have actually been impressing me. They've been playing really good ball. I like their quarterback, Granger. He's getting yards in the air and on the ground. So he's been impressing me. He's been that Georgia State offense has been looking good. And then you look at the Trojans, protect yourself, have been they got destroyed by Kansas State, and then they lost a close one to James Madison. So I don't know too much about this Trojans team, but they got the close to James Madison. I don't know if that says much yet. They kept it close with Western Kentucky as well. But Georgia State has been impressing me. They beat Coastal Carolina by 13. I was high on Coastal Carolina. They beat a UConn team who I thought would be a pretty good team this year. So I'm going to stay with Georgia State Panthers. I like their quarterback. I like that offense. Give me the Panthers here.
Yeah, and for you to say that Georgia State dominated Coastal Carolina is a big one for you because you are a huge fan of those Mighty Cocks over there in Coastal Carolina.
I didn't say they get dominated. I said they beat them by 13.
You're a massive fan of the Mighty Cocks, though, over there at Coastal Carolina. You said it yourself.
Give me the Cocks.
Yeah, you're a big cock enthusiast over there at Coastal Carolina.
I thought McCall was going to put up numbers this season. So far, he hasn't.
Yeah, so far the Cocks are looking down.
All right.
They.
Oh boy.
they're looking down and they're playing the Trojans. That's not like, or no,
Protect
never
yourself.
mind. They're not. They're gonna play the Trojans soon, and that's not gonna be a good matchup, obviously. Give me Georgia State with the sole reason that one of my good friends growing up, he went to Georgia State and he had great things to say about the school. Give me Georgia State.
Are you attacking the Troy's academics?
No. I just said one of my friends went to Georgia State, had great things to say, and that's that. Give me Georgia State. I hear it's a beautiful campus. I do want to go one day because it's in Atlanta.
Okay. Are you
Georgia State looks really good.
Are you inferring that Troy campus is not very good and that you don't want to visit there ever?
Well, do you know where Troy's at?
Yeah, it's in Pennsylvania.
Oh my God, it's in Alabama actually.
That's what I said.
And you know how I feel about Alabama. It's a shitty state filled with terrible people.
Oh boy, keep it going.
Their morals are way skewed over there. Don't get me started with their family relations. That's an old joke. I won't use it.
Dude, you're a grade 8
But
Alabama hater.
Honestly, Bama is the toilet paper of the United States. They soak up all the shit. Give me Georgia State Panthers.
All right. Just for the record, the opinions shared on this program by Rhett does not reflect my own opinions. So,
first of all, they're not opinions; they're facts.
All right. Moving on. We got.
Yeah, please move on.
We got Notre Dame. Oh, Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Notre Dame.
Good one. Yep.
I said that right? Last time you kept correcting me.
Yeah.
Notre Dame
Yeah.
versus the Blue Devils.
Yep.
Of course, the Fighting Irish lost a close one against Ohio State. They're going to come in here pissed off. They're definitely going to have to win this game if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. So, but Duke is actually an underrated team. Not really underrated anymore. They're number 17 now, but I like, what's his name? What was the quarterback's name? Something Leonard.
Riley Leonard.
Riley Leonard, yes.
Riley Leonard.
He's been balling, but give me Sam Hartman here and Estime at the running back.
Yep.
I thought this Notre Dame team was going to be great. I still think they're going to be great, but unfortunately their playoff hopes are slim right now. So give me a pissed off, the Fighting Irish. Give me a pissed off Fighting Irish team against the Blue Devils.
Oh my God.
My English is failing me today.
A part of me wants Duke to win, just so College Game Day will go to Tallahassee in 2 weeks. A part of me wants Notre Dame to dominate so they can still have a strong case for them to make the playoff when they play the USC Trojans. Protect yourself at all times. Soon. I believe in a couple weeks, maybe 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
Give me Notre Dame. They should have the better team. I do worry about them playing against Riley Leonard and his mobility.
Yes.
We haven't seen Riley Leonard truly get tested yet. I say that lightly because they did play Clemson.
Yeah.
And Clemson's defense is very good. But there was just something in the air that game. Clemson, I don't think they played even anywhere near where they played against FSU. That may be me biased as a Knoll fan. Mm-hmm. But I just don't think Riley Leonard has been tested much this year. And Notre Dame Fighting Irish's defense is looking really good.
Yeah.
Their offense let them down against Ohio State. Arguably, it's like Clemson. They should have beat Florida State, but they didn't because they made some mistakes towards the end. Notre Dame made some mistakes toward the end to lose them that game. I'm very high on this Fighting Irish team. The playoff hopes are slim, unfortunately, but give me Notre Dame Fighting Irish to bounce back and win this game.
Yeah, and like we mentioned earlier, Duke is a pretty good team. This will be at Durham, So who knows? Something might be in the air again this time. Maybe Duke.
Yeah.
Maybe Duke might make a playoff run. Who knows? They're looking really
No,
good.
it's going to get halted. It's going to get halted in 2 weeks.
We'll see. But if they do win, that'll be a crazy good matchup anyways. So, yeah, we're both taking the pissed off Fighting Irish team. Moving on to our last game. We got West Virginia versus TCU. Actually, it's not our last game, but it's the last game on the ESPN slate here. But West Virginia has been exceeding expectations a little bit. Putting up some good wins. They beat Pitt. And, we got the TCU Horned Frogs. They kept it close with Colorado, and ever since been playing some pretty mid schools.
Okay.
So, these two are, I would say, probably two mid programs. TCU.
All right, Jesus.
Pretty mid, you know. TCU lost to Colorado. Colorado got exposed. Who did West Virginia lose to? Let's see here. But TCU offense should be explosive. They lost to Penn State. Okay, that's forgivable. They also beat Texas Tech, so they're pushing for something there, you know. But give me the TCU Horned Frogs here. I'm actually gonna trust this team. This team is looking pretty good offensively. Defensively, I don't know so much, but I'm just gonna trust TCU to outscore the Mountaineers. I feel like it's gonna be a high-scoring game. So yeah, give me the Horned Frogs. Go Frogs.
Take me home,
Country road
to a place
I
I
belong.
belong. West Virginia.
Virginia.
Give me West Virginia. Screw it. They're the honestly huge underdogs. I did have West Virginia finishing second last in the Big 12.
Yeah.
But I like this team. I like the wave they're on. Pat McAfee is really willing this team to win every week besides the week they lost. Who they lose to again?
Penn
You
State.
just said it. Penn State.
That's like forgivable.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
I have Penn State winning the Big Ten this year. Give me West Virginia to continue their surge in the Big 12. I like them. I like their quarterback, Green. He hasn't made any mistakes. Their running back, Donaldson's probably the best running back in college football right now, if
Whoa.
you really pay attention to things.
High praise.
Give me West Virginia, Mountaineers. Donaldson is going to carry this team all the way. We saw how TCU's defense crumbled against Colorado. Maybe they've learned from it. I'm sure they have.
Yeah.
I like this game being at night in TCU. West Virginia, I'm high on them right now, and I want to take a chance on them.
Yep. The key here for this game, I would say, is definitely West Virginia's defense. As TCU has been putting up a ton of points. I think they've been averaging, let's see, they scored 42 against Colorado, 41 against Nichols, 36 and 34. So they've been scoring a lot of points, almost 38 points a game. So that's pretty high. The offense, they're like an offensive powerhouse right now. But defensively, not so much. So we'll see what the Mountaineers can do. So, yeah.
That's good math, man.
Yeah, all in my head. You should be doing the math here.
Yeah, I calculated it.
Oh, with your head?
Well, I was going to say 38, and it's 38.25, so you nailed it.
I'm a math wizard, dude. All right.
You should go to school for accounting.
Maybe I should have been an accountant. Moving on. We got USC Trojans, protect yourself at all times, versus Colorado. This game is going to be at Colorado.
Yep.
So, the Colorado hype train, man, it hit a brick wall, fell off a bridge, landed deep, fell deep down the ocean, found Atlantis.
Okay.
So they're down there deep right now. So right now they're trying to swim out of the ocean right now, but the ocean current is like a red flag out there. So it's high tide right now. Caleb Williams is gonna bring it to Colorado. So this is definitely gonna be a high scoring game. USC's defense, I never trust them. I think they're always buns. But the same can be said about Colorado's defense. They
Yeah.
Oregon put
that's
42
fair.
on them, and Colorado State put 35 on them.
Okay.
And with that, this is tough, man. Do I want to believe in prime time here? I don't know. I actually got to go with the Trojans here. I'm going to go with the Trojans. They got the better
Protect yourself at all
quarterbacks.
times.
Protect yourself at all times. You got Caleb Williams, but Shedrick Sanders is not too far behind, I would say. But Caleb Williams, he's been making incredible throws. He's an incredible quarterback. He got the weapons.
Yep.
What's scaring me is the defense for the Trojan side. But
That's correct.
again,
Yep.
Travis Hunter will not be playing in this game, so that's another concern of mine. So give me Caleb Williams here and the Trojans.
You are really high on the USC, or no, you're really high on Travis Hunter in Colorado.
He's amazing, bro. He's an amazing player that plays both sides of the ball and is incredible at both positions.
I was listening to a podcast a couple days ago. Greg McElroy, he said playing both ways at this high of a level is just not sustainable, especially when the games are weekly. You have to do your travel, your rehab may not be as sharp as it would be.
Well, tell that to Travis Hunter, dude.
Yeah, well, he's hurt. Now, is it related to him playing both ways? No. He got cheap-shotted.
Exactly.
But give me the Trojans to score 55 points on the Colorado defense and probably give up 45 points.
Exactly, dude. I don't trust his defense
Give me
at
the
all.
Trojans, though. And before we move on to the last game, do you want to talk about Kansas, Texas real quick?
Kansas and Texas? Sure. Yeah, break it down for me while I pull it up here.
Yeah, so Kansas's offense has been fiery to start the season. You got Jalen Daniels. You have, I can never remember this running back's name. It's going to kill me.
From Kansas?
Devin Neal. Yeah, Devin Neal.
Okay.
Running back of Kansas. Someone I know actually goes to Kansas and plays for them.
What?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, fun fact. I'll tell you off air.
Okay.
But Kansas, I really like this team. I have a special place in my heart for this team as they've been terrible for 25 years and, have a good season once every blue moon. I think they got the pieces together to be competitive against this game, but Texas should have the firepower, should have the defensive capabilities to stop Kansas, especially at home in the 3:30 spot.
Yeah.
Give me Texas, but I do like this matchup a lot.
Yeah, this is one I actually meant to add on, but I'm glad you brought it up. I do think it's going to be an interesting matchup as Jaden Daniels is the pretty incredible quarterback for Kansas there and been improving this offense. This team has been good the last couple of games, but, Texas, they got something special right now. That offense is clicking. That defense is incredible. The spread here is currently Texas by 17. And I would honestly take that against Kansas. I'm high on Texas. I feel like Texas would beat Kansas by probably 3 scores or more here.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm that high on that defense.
If we were doing our super dog section, I would put it on Kansas.
Oh, maybe we should incorporate that
Honestly.
next time. That's a good idea. I like the other system they have there. Or maybe we'll incorporate that next year.
I forgot the other game. They were 12-point favorites. We covered them, but that's another super dog candidate as well. Give me Kansas to cover the spread of 17, but lose the game to Texas.
Yeah, the 12-point favorite you were talking about was TCU and West Virginia.
Yeah, give me West Virginia to win outright, obviously.
All right. So moving on to our last game, we got Utah at Oregon State. This is a Friday night game, and this is definitely an interesting matchup as they have. This is going to be, I believe, they said last week was going to be Rising's season debut, but last second he couldn't play. So This will be Cam's Rising debut, I think, unless they decide to change it up again. And then he'll be going up against DJ Ugabuga. He's been having a good season. But Cam Rising, he's a great quarterback. He plays with passion. I like how he plays. Oregon State's defense can be, pretty good, but they haven't been really tested until they first Washington State, who put up 38 on them. But that offense is pretty explosive, and they only lost by 3 there. I feel like the score was closer than the game actually was. So I do like Utah here. Give me Utah to win this game. I do think it's going to be close. They're both going to put up points, but I'm trusting the Utah's defense more than I am trusting the Oregon State's defense. Utah's defense has been shown, or they showed they're able to step up, and they've only been allowing an average of like 9 points a game against teams like Florida, Baylor, and UCLA. So that defense is definitely incredible and been showing out. So give me Utah. They definitely have an incredible team right now, and it's been surpassing my expectations of them.
I love how you snuck in Florida as a good team that Utah has played.
Better than Weber State.
Florida is overrated.
Wow.
Gainesville is
it's a ranked team
here. Gainesville. Let me quote Daniel here and say Gainesville is the armpit of the state of Florida.
Oh my God.
Trashy people, trashy campus, trashy stadium. Their business program over there is absolutely abysmal. Tallahassee is way better. This
Jesus,
game, Utah, Oregon
have you ever
State.
been to Tallahassee?
No.
Yeah, what do they have in Tallahassee?
They have the greatest football team of all time there.
Oh yeah, sure.
Give me Utah. Their defense is looking elite, as you said. They beat Weber State, very what do we call it? Very powerful offense in Weber State. Dame Lillard.
Yeah, they're beating the basketball schools.
Is their only alumni over there. Utah's defense is phenomenal. Oregon State, we still don't know much about DJ Ugabuga yet.
Yeah.
Whether he's cleaned up his turnover tendencies. Last game against Wazoo was close. They were down big, came back. I don't know his stats in that game. I should honestly know it. Let me just look this up real quick.
I'll pull it up for you.
He had one interception. Not bad. Still, I don't know. Wazoo's defense isn't phenomenal. Utah's defense is phenomenal. Give me the safe pick in Utah.
Yeah, that's a pretty safe pick. This game's going to be in Oregon, and it's be 64 degrees. Looks like it's going to be raining this game, too. So, that'll be...
I did want to say, I wish there was a software somewhere, maybe someone has it, that you can look up queries and results pop up better. Because I wanted to look up Oregon State's record when they play Friday night in Corvallis. Because Corvallis pops off on Friday nights. I know that for a fact. If you turn this game on, which I hope you do, it's a very good Friday night game on FS1. It should honestly be on ESPN. Corvallis pops off on Friday nights.
Do they?
Beat Oregon they beat Oregon historically on Friday nights.
Okay.
They beat Utah, or they didn't beat Utah last year, but they were very competitive in 2 years ago.
But Oregon always chokes.
Yeah, but they played Utah when Utah beat, Ohio State beat them in the Rose Bowl. But that Rose Bowl year, they were in Corvallis and Oregon State beat them.
Wait.
I don't see it happening. Oregon State beat Utah 2 years ago in Corvallis on a Friday night.
So
it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen this week because Utah, I believe, has a way better team. Especially because a lot of their players are back from. They've retained all their players. Give me Utah. They are reliable, and I don't see it crumbling down yet.
Yep. If Oregon State wins this game, you're going to be pissed at yourself.
I know.
But that's how it always goes. You always call some random underdog, and they turn out to win, and you're like, dang it. Should have picked them.
That's what I'm here for, man.
All right. With all that covers all the games for this week's slate. And yeah, we'll see how we do. We're actually pretty solid on the pick'ems. We're not doing great, but we're working our way there. I'm at like the 80.
Making our way downtown.
Walking
Fast.
All right. With that, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like the video down below, subscribe to the channel, and we appreciate the support. Comment down below who you think you're gonna win these games, your thoughts, and where you agree and disagree. And feel free to make fun of Rhett's picks. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and peace.
Always make fun of Dan. Peace.